Welcome back, everybody. We are back today with F122 and our My Team Career. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my content if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, thank you so much for helping out and supporting my channel. Don't forget to press that bell so don't miss any of my videos as they drop onto the channel. So yes, with that being said, we are back with our F122 My Team Career mode. I believe we're heading to Austria for the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. Obviously, we use a Honda engine. Honda then supply Red Bull, so in a way, it's kind of an engine home race. So it's good that we're continuing the home race. We will obviously be back to our standard livery for our team this time round. We had that one-off British livery for the last race. We will be changing back to our normal livery. And yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much it. We head to Austria. Let's jump straight into our headquarters for round 11 of our first season. Rightio, so here we are. We are back at our headquarters. We've got an activity to choose. We've got either second training or second team driver training. So we've got G-Force training, or we've got a one-day driver promotion, a chassis team building exercise, or a sponsorship event which gives our team 100 acclaim. So I am going to go for the sponsored event. I want to try and build our team as much as possible. Gives us extra money coming in the long run with sponsorships and stuff like that. I believe we did have an issue with our car last time out. So yeah, we've got to get rid of some of this stuff. So let's equip. Okay, so sorry, you have to do that. So let's equip a new one of them. So then we've got 26 brand new, 49 engine stores almost done as well. 6%, 35, and 56. So that's nearly on its way out as well. Wow. Okay. So it gets to about 60, and then it starts to wear a little bit more, and then you start to feel the effects. Obviously, we've done this on the back of our home British Grand Prix, which we did quite well in, but unfortunately, we did have that issue towards the end of the race or the beginning of the race, and yeah, we don't really want that for on any of our races. Obviously, we're only halfway through the season, and we're using a lot of our engine parts already, so we will take penalties towards the end of the season. But that'll just be one of those things I think we'll have to deal with as we build our team. So let's advance time to get straight to our sponsorship, or sorry, our sponsor event out of the way. We've got a Pirelli Hot Lap, which I will do because it gives us an extra 1,000 acclaim. I won't bore you lot with that sort of stuff unless it's something that you want to see in the channel and these videos. I do want to try and do a separate videos, but it's just finding the time to do it at the moment. And yeah, let me know if it's something you want to see during the videos, or whether you want to see it as not a series, but maybe a ring of videos as we go through all the Pirelli hot laps that are on the game. So yeah, with that being said, I'll jump in with everybody once we're either beginning to start our weekend in Austria, or after we have done all of our free practice sessions, as I wouldn't have said there's going to be a free practice sessions that you lot haven't seen yet. So yeah, with that being said, I'll catch up with all of you in a bit. Okay, so just wanted to jump in. Something we haven't done or didn't do, which I just wanted to bring you guys, is we didn't actually put anything in for upgrades. So we just wanted to have a look and see if there's anything that we can start for upgrading. So we got 750 there, so we're going to add that. Haver dampers, don't know what that is. What else have we got? Can we do anything here? Insufficient funds. Not enough for that one either. We've got drivetrain, supplier upgrade there. So we've got something else there. We can do our controlled units, but we do have, just having a quick look here. So there's not really much else we can do. That other one is a lot cheaper. So let's do this one. We're going to do it's a hell of a lot cheaper, that one, so we can add that as well. So we've got 2 more extra things there that we can upgrade on our car. We had received all of our upgrades from the last ones. We passed both of those, so we've added 2 extra things to the car as well. We also have another sprint race in this qualifying session. So we've got practice 1, get used to the track. We'll probably do 2 practice sessions in that, and then obviously we've got our qualifying, which is our one-shot qualifying, which is taking place of FP2, and then we've got practice 2, which is going to be a little bit damp. So it might just be a little bit of an off one, and then we'll do the sprint race, plus the race heading into the final race of the video. So yeah, that is it. I'm going to jump straight into FP1 now and see how we can get on. They've all of those you've seen. So what I shall do is in this episode, or sorry, in FP1, I will look at our race strategy, our track acclimatization straight away, so we get used to the track. Then I will do our race strategy, and maybe when it's a little bit damper, hopefully we can get some dry time in there. But we'll try and look at our tyre management and get all of those all-important R&D points for our team and our car. So yeah, I'm going to jump straight into FP1. I will drop back in with you lot once we are ready for qualifying, and we are about to do our one-shot lap. Okay, so we've just finished FP1, and we had something flash up at the beginning of free practice that I thought might have been a bit of a glitch. But for some reason, it's given me a penalty already for component changing. Don't know why. Maybe it was because we changed 2 in that one thing. But yeah, a little bit of a strange one. As you can see there, it's got plus 10 positions. I don't think we're going to be up that high anyway, if I'm honest. I wouldn't have said it's going to be... we're going to be 3rd for qualifying, but we'll see. Obviously, we've got a 10-place grid penalty as well now, so that's unfortunate for us because we're quite strong here. Actually, I have to admit, I do feel very comfortable around this circuit. So it's a little bit of a, it's one of those. It is what it is. Let's obviously just jump straight into qualifying and see how we can get on. Obviously, we'd like to get a decent qualifying session here now that we've got that grid place penalty. So. Yeah, we just have to sort of see how we get on through here, I think. Obviously, we've got the penalty anyway, so there's not really a great deal we can do about it. We're just going to have to try and set our quickest lap time and our cleanest lap time. Yeah, maybe it's because it's accidentally clicked component 4 there. Because technically we've now got 2 internal combustion engines that we could use. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's I've accidentally clicked on 4 when I should have clicked on 3, and we've added another component there, which has cost us. But look, it is what it is. We probably would have needed it anyway. So let's take it on a track that we are actually quite good on. So let's jump straight out to track and see how we can do for our quickest lap of qualifying. Righto, so here we go. Let's try and get our quickest lap time that we can get. We know we've got the 10-place grid penalty, so that is what it is. There isn't really a lot we can do about that, but all we can do is try and get as high up the grid as possible now, in the hope that it doesn't affect us too much. That was a very slow exit out of there, though. Or P20. I did say there was a bit of a slow exit out of there. Not the best lap, considering we were quite strong around here in free practice, but seems to cost ourselves a little bit too much. We might be at the back of the grid. Oh, we've got wide there as well. The P11, so we are going to be back in the grid. We did qualify on P11 though, so without the grid penalty, we were 11th place on the grid, which is pretty good. Shows a little bit of our pace, ready for the sprint race. I'm kind of hoping the rules apply for the sprint race, so maybe in the first couple of laps that we've got in the sprint, we could gain some places back, ready for the big race. So we shall see who's going to be around us towards the back of the grid. So that's technically okay. So we might move our teammate up to 20th place, but Nicholas Latifi, shock horror, is going to be behind us. So yeah, is what it is. We're just going to have to be careful as we try and overtake. We try and overtake drivers. Hopefully we can overtake drivers. But that was qualifying. That, we are where we are. We're taking that extra component, which we probably shouldn't have done. So it's only. We've only got ourselves to blame for that one. Otherwise, we would have been P11 with a chance of getting a decent shot up from the sprint race. So, it is what it is. I'm going to jump straight into FP2 now and hopefully get some dry time to try and do our tyre management. I will drop back in with everybody once we are about to begin our sprint race. Okay, so that's our 3 practice sessions finished. We pick up some all-important resource points, apologies. And obviously that gives us discount on other options, so we will just try and skip through those. Nearly driver arcane level 10, which is really good. Our teammate, however, is driver arcane level 7, so a bit of a way to go. But although we know he's a rookie, we might not keep him for the following year anyway. But yeah, so we head straight to round 11 for the sprint race of Austria, which we're feeling quite positive about. That last 3 practice sessions we managed to get out just in time.
Unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that will depend on what the other drivers get.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, so I don't know where I was going with that now. That threw me off. FP3 or FP2 went quite well. We were actually top. We managed to get out. Before the sort of rain hit. We've done our tyre management test as well. That was optimal in the first lap, so that was good. We then went straight back in pretty much and went straight out on a soft. Managed to set a decent different time on that tyre before the rain hit. So yeah, we're going to jump straight in. We've got 6 laps to do for our sprint race. So we will jump straight into the sprint race with that being said. And hopefully we can get a good start. Obviously we know we're going to be further down the grid with that grid penalty than we would have liked, but it is what it is. Hopefully the finishing point for the sprint race reflects our qualifying for the actual race. Although, again, it is a shame, so I do think we could have climbed a couple of positions in the sprint race, meaning we would have had a better chance at the race, but hey, it is what it is. What I'll try and do is I'll bring you all 6 laps of our sprint race, because it could be quite interesting and it could be quite highlight compact, and then I'll try and do it that we cut a little bit of the main race up into chunks and try and bring you the best bits for that race. So yeah, let's skip straight on. Let's just have a look at this actually, because it'd be interesting to see where we are on the grid. So we've got both Ferraris on the front row, so fair play to them. Which is a surprise, because really you would have thought it'd have been the Red Bulls in their home race, but then again maybe they've taken some penalties. Max Verstappen hasn't, and Perez hasn't, so they haven't. Hamilton and Ricciardo, yeah, okay. Bottas and Mick Schumacher.
Joker, Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou, and Stroll.
Wait, so is it going to give us the 10-place grid penalty for the actual race, not the sprint race?
Yuki Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel.
If it does,
Gasly,
I'll take that. We might be able to get some. We might get some decent points in the sprint race. Then I expected us to be lower down the grid this race, and then we could try and capitalise in the sprint. But if we can capitalise in the sprint race,
after the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Touche, my boy, touche. Let's do it. So yeah, we're going to go with a soft tyre, and hopefully, with a bit of luck, we can get a decent sprint race out of this and get a lovely position for the next race. And I'm assuming that's where we're going to pick up our grid pace penalty. So let's jump straight into the start. I'm assuming we're going to get a little bit of a formation lap. Yes, we are. So I will drop in with everybody once we have finished our formation lap, and we are forming the grid, ready to start this sprint race. Right, so here we are. We're coming down the main straight now to start the formation of this Grand Prix. Hopefully we can get a decent setup. We do. We get optimal slotting in. So we do want to be a little aggressive, but not too aggressive, because we're on the inside. It would have been a little bit better if we went on the other side. We don't obviously want to hit. We don't want to hit Bottas, who's in front of us here. Oh, that wasn't a very good jump off the line. Saying we want to be aggressive, if anything we're going to have to be defensive now. Although that's not a bad first corner at all. Get on the inside of a couple of riders here, hopefully. A little bit of battling going into this corner. We've collected the Mercedes, turned Russell round in fact. There's a bit of damage there. Oh, we got someone up the inside of us. I think that's Alonso in the Alpine. We're going to try and hold it round the outside of Alonso here. Russell's in front, he's struggling. Hello, we've been turned around. Let's start that again, because that was a bit of a sloppy lap. We don't want any of that sort of stuff going on, if we can help it. So let's just try and... We're going to be aggressive, not that aggressive. So we got a better start than the last time, so that's good. We don't really want to be continuing to keep restarting this session. So we nearly collect a couple of the cars. There we go, round the outside of a few of them as well, eh? That worked out quite well. Right, we have got a... What are you doing, George? We didn't really cut in front of him, I didn't think. We were keeping to our side of the track. We know he's there. Right, I'm going to keep to this side of the track this time. Oh my word, battleship. Yeah, I know, we're going to have to hand it back.
Return the position, give it back.
Late lunch. Oh, I nearly didn't get that stop, mate. Right, okay, come on. What are they doing? I'm just going to see if we pulled over to the side there. I suppose we did a little bit, but really, you're on the corner there, so you're on the inside of the corner, really. What is going on here? What's going on with the AI? Let's settle down a little bit, come on. Let's just try and... Oh yeah, DRS won't be activated yet. I'm sitting there trying to press the DRS button. Gonna attempt a late lunge on Hamilton and go a little bit wide there. Do a bit of a Max Verstappen on him. He's not going to like that one. He doesn't like Ascend It. Good old Lewis. Right, let's see if we can get back on, get touches on Ricciardo here, because they are beginning to pull away from me here. Don't know why, but something feels weird with the car. It's not damaged at all. Tyres are a little worn, but not anything huge, but it feels really uneven under acceleration here. Nothing, a lot different compared to what we felt in free practice and qualifying. We are gaming time on Ricciardo though, so... Like that, sliding out of that corner. I've never slid my car out of that corner. I used to play MotoGP. Right, we've got DRS. Let's whack that on, help us try and keep up with Daniel Ricciardo here. We are closing him down actually, I say keep up. We've probably closed down a good sort of half a second on him. A little bit of a electronic help as we come up and down this straight. It felt really loose through there. We're closing Ricciardo down. Right, to lift there. Yeah, go a bit wide. That's going to cost me the exit out of that corner and entrance into these couple of corners here. Much better line through there. He does not have DRS either. He has lost DRS on the car in front of him. Can we make a bit of a lunge here? If we can. He's given us the room. Well done, Ricciardo. You give us the room there. As I click my elbow, that hurt. Okay, so we're up to 7th. Let's see. In the last 2 laps of this sprint race, I don't think we're going to be able to. Kneel down on Russell's pace. He's 2 seconds in front of us already, so. We're not going to give up though, we're going to give it a go. That's the second a lap, which I can't see happening. think we'll keep Ricciardo behind us though. We've got the pace on Ricciardo, so we can't argue too much. This is also leaving us in good stead for the next race, although it does mean we're going to be a little bit down the field than we would like. But it might mean we can push a little bit in the main race and look to make a few spaces up.
Pulling out a second lap of the car behind. Really good stuff.
Well, it would be if I wouldn't keep making mistakes like that. Yeah, warning exceeding track limits, no surprise there. Daniel Ricciardo has got the run on me as well because of that first corner. That's the acceleration nice and early out of there because Daniel Ricciardo is going to have DRS on us there. So we're going to use our overtake mode all the way down this straight just to try and leave him behind us. That was much better through there. Yeah, safe to say that Mr. Russell has definitely got more pace than we have. Mind you, he's being helped by Perez there, as he's definitely got DRS on Perez. We have no DRS at the moment, so down these straights where you've got DRS, he's capitalising on using that DRS to pull away from us. Much better through that sector, much better through there. 1.2 the gap down to Daniel Ricciardo, so provided we don't make a horrendous mistake through this last lap, we're hopefully going to finish this sprint race in Austria in P7, which should mean we should be on the grid on 17th place for our actual race, which is quite cool. Might have to play around with our strategy ever so slightly, try and use a different strategy to what the sort of top runners are using. If it's a two-stop, which I wouldn't have said it's going to be, probably is a two-stop. Sorry, a two-stopper. If you were to do 100%, but we don't want to do that many. We don't want to do that many laps. I mean, we could do that many laps, but it would take me forever to get videos to you guys for these for this game if we were to do 100% laps. So. Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc has won the sprint race and picks up some points. We are going to finish in 7th place for our sprint race, so I'm happy with that result. A nice 7th, get us some points. We obviously won't get a lot of points because it's half points. Driver of the day, after those couple of mistakes, we managed to pick up driver of the day. We also finished qualified 11th, so that driver of the day is probably for the growing through the field there. But we are going to, I believe, be on the grid for P17. And we did pick up some points. We picked up 2 points, which is quite good, because Valtteri Bottas, who's behind us in the championship, didn't get any. So, very nice there. Let's jump straight into the race, hopefully. Oh, of course, you get your acclaim for completing the sprint race as well. Our team's nearly halfway through team acclaim 11, so that's positive. We now go to the race where I believe it's 18 laps of this Grand Prix. Yeah, 18 laps.
So unfortunately we've picked up some grid penalties and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get. Very true,
very true. Let's see where we are. We'll have to pay attention to the grid again. I have a feeling we will be like 17th on the grid, which brings us back to the beginning of the season sort of qualifying pace. But obviously it's nothing to do with our pace. Our pace is relatively quite good there. As you saw, we overtook a couple of drivers and we were just losing pace on the top cars. So, you know, that is what it is. When you're 7th and you've got the top cars in front of you and it's a Ferrari and a Red Bull and a Mercedes, you can't really do a lot, can you? So, anywho, let's have a check out the starting grid because I want to keep an eye on this, find out where it reckons we're going to be.
Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole.
Well done, Charles Leclerc.
Very happy Carlos Sainz will start 2nd. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris.
I think it's actually going to go on qualifying, you know.
And Ricciardo.
It is because Ricciardo was behind us.
Mick Schumacher.
Although Mick Schumacher's in 8th.
Magnussen and Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, is that because of our penalty?
Esteban Ocon.
And Alonso.
Fernando Alonso. Russell. Vettel.
Russell got a penalty. Oh yeah, so we're 17th on the grid. That's not too bad then.
Grid penalty. And Yuki Tsunoda. Albon. Gasly. Latifi.
Okay, that's okay. That that's 17th's what I expected. So we'll take that. George Russell there picking up a penalty as well. Okay, so although I was going to go with a different sort of strategy, if I'm honest, that strategy is probably pretty good. We don't really want to add another 2 minutes or 2 seconds. That probably is actually. We don't really want to add another 2 seconds onto our race time. So I'm probably going to stick with the softs, pitting on lap 7, and then trying to take the mediums to the end of the race. So let's go with that one. I think let's equip that. We're going to start this Grand Prix. We're obviously going to do a formation lap, warm our tyres up, and I will drop back into you lot when we are on the grid, ready to start this Grand Prix, and hopefully make some places up in the first few laps. We obviously want to be aggressive. We don't want to be too aggressive, as we've seen what the AI can be like at the sprint race. So we do want to get a decent start though. Rightio, so here we are, ready to form the grid again. Hopefully we can get a good starting position like we did in the last formation, which we do. So very good there. We're P17. We know we can. We know we've got a little bit more pace than what that sort of reflects. We get a good shot off the line. Obviously, Vettel's not doing himself any favours there, as he's on a medium. My word, that was close. We nearly crashed right into the Mercedes then. We're going to stick to this inside line as we've got the 2 Alpines right in front of us. Try and get up the inside of the 2 Alpines, but blocked by an Aston Martin. Okay, but we're making positions up. That's the important thing. We've got a little bit of a gap forming in front of us now, though. We need to get rid of that. Being very tentative in this first lap. Run on the Aston Martin. I think we're going to be too far back for this one. Can we get a good run down this straight on the Aston Martin though? I think we can. Oh!
Nice move.
That was my fault. My fault there. We knew that was coming. Well, no, sorry, we didn't know that we were going to ram him, but they were obviously battling into this corner and used a little bit more track than they would have liked, I think. Oh, hello. He's made a mistake going into there. That doesn't put me in a very good position, though. I think he spun, to be fair. We're going to go from here because I didn't really want to break that early. That was a bit silly. I hate it when they cut right in front of you. I really do hate it when they do that. Is that just me, or is that like braking in the middle of the corner? Because that's what it feels like. Let's just not... He's done it again! What is he doing? You've got to actually get round the corner. Who's that, Ocon, or... He nearly tried to do it again then. It's Alonso. Alonso should know how to accelerate out of the corner or brake into one. Gonna try and hang it round the outside of Joe Granu, which we do. Right, now we've got Alonso. Want to try and get the acceleration down on the cutback. Or we're going to get the acceleration up on the hill though. I used a lot of my overtake mode trying to make it through this field. Let's try and keep right behind Bottas now. If we can catch up to Bottas, we'll be in with a winner here. The Ferrari engine's just a little bit too quick. Make a very late lunge though. He ended up having to move out of the way of that one, so that worked well for us. These 3 cars now battling in front. I was going to say 2 cars because it was only Mick Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo at one point. But if I'm honest, I think Mick Schumacher is being held up by Daniel Ricciardo because Daniel Ricciardo was on a medium tyre. The other 2 Haas cars behind him are on softs. We need one more good lap here, and then we can get into the pits, get on our medium tyres, and see how we can fare on the medium tyre. Here we go. We are in the pits this lap.
The teammate behind is 11.2 seconds.
Just confirm we're boxing this lap. Definitely see the power at Ferrari engine.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it.
Do we go for another lap? No, I'm going to pit. Right, come on. We need a decent pit stop. We've got Bottas right behind us in the pits as well, so let's get a decent stop here.
Perfect job on returning there, mate. Looks like a nice.
Oh, we get a decent pit stop. We've
gone
past Magnussen in the pits. Let's get a decent shot out of the pits here. We've also got DRS as we come out the pits. We use all of my overtake mode, all of the DRS that we have available to us. Oh, and very cold tyres it would appear. Well, we don't have DRS now, but we do have some overtake mode, so I'm going to use that to try and keep Magnussen behind me. I'm going to protect that inside line ever so slightly. Oh, we go a bit wide. Not ideal line through that. This is where we've had the pace compared to the AI in these last couple of corners, so hopefully we can keep that. Do we have DRS coming down this straight? No, we don't. There is teams in the pit though. Has anyone got the undercut on us? Let's hope not. We were incredibly close to getting the undercut on Mick Schumacher. We have just missed out. He's come right out in trouble. He is in our sights here. We're going to try and use all of the options that we have to try and get past Mick Schumacher. Oh, he's funny. Don't be a pillock. Trying a little bit too hard. Don't be a pillock. Come on. is. A bit wide through there, that's not good. I'd cut that corner. Right, DRS and overtake mode. We should be able to at least
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10
get within a moment where we can be into this corner. I'm going to turn our overtake mode off, so I'm not entirely sure we're going to need it. Got a little bit of overtake mode as we come into the braking area. We're going to brake a little bit later than him and just do that block pass. And a perfect block pass that was as well. And we get DRS down this main straight as well because of that block pass. Right, good job. Now we've just got to try and keep these two Haas cars behind us. They are very competitive. They are quite quick. Mick Schumacher qualifying 10th and 8th for the race, so he's no slouch. We're going to try and get our head down. We're not really racing the drivers in front of us. They haven't got a pit yet. As they go into the pits.
Liam's coming in for his stop now.
We do have DRS down here as well because there's people in the pits. Do we get the undercut on Ricciardo? I believe we do. Oh no, we don't. He's just come out the pits there. Look. So he's just in front of us by 1.5 seconds. However, he is on the hard tyre. Right, overtake mode and DRS, which should put us right alongside Daniel Ricciardo. He's going to protect the inside line, but he's not going to be able to protect it enough. We're going to blast straight past him as we come into the braking zone, and we will have the DRS down this straight as well, which means we might just be able to keep him at bay, he says. Going to use a little bit of overtake mode down this straight because Ricciardo behind us will have DRS now, so it's best to use a little bit of that and try and use that to keep in front of Mr. Ricciardo.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.8 seconds.
Obviously don't know how well this is going to go, but the only next driver I think we could possibly overtake is Lando Norris on a hard tyre, but it depends on how much sort of time we can gain on Lando with that hard tyre compared to our medium tyre. But we shall see. We got a good sort of 5 laps to do it in, so let's get our head down for these last couple of laps and see how well we can catch down Lando Norris.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Right, final lap time, here we go. We're in P7 at the moment. To be fair, we haven't had the pace on Hamilton and Norris. We've just been able to keep Mr. Ricciardo at bay. So now, obviously this is the last lap. I'm going to try and use all of my overtake modes as we come down this straight as he is as close as he has been. Going to protect my inside line here. Try and brake. If he wants to try and go around the outside, we will give him that option. But hopefully we can get the power, which we have done. So this is the part of the lap where we normally start to ink that space out. And it is coming down that straight where you've got the DRS. However, through these corners we are definitely quicker, which would make sense because we have got the grip with that medium tyre. So I think he's going to take a hell of a gamble though around these last couple of corners. I'm going to almost cut that corner. A little bit of overtake mode as we come down the main straight and across the line. We're finishing P7. I don't believe we had any penalties, so we stay P7 for that one. That's a good result. We were a long way down the grid in that after that penalty, so we gained 10 positions overall there. George Russell getting driver of the day.
For another spectacular Grand Prix here in Austria.
I'll take that. That's a positive Grand Prix for us. We obviously had the pace to be 7th. We deserved to be 7th in my opinion. Obviously we had that penalty, which was a bit of a mistake on our own behalf, with picking up that extra engine part that we didn't really need. So you know, it is what it is. But that's where we are. We get 8 points overall for that weekend. So as a whole weekend, we gained more points than both Mercedes drivers. So I will take that. George Russell there not getting any points in the race, so we gained 5 points on George Russell. Obviously good for us, but I don't think that's going to matter to not matter a jot really when it comes down to the standings, as he's quite far in front. So we do get driver acclaim level 10, which is brilliant for us. We get halfway through level 7, and we are almost driver acclaim, team acclaim level 12. We get our extra cash there. Thank you very much for the money. We head to round 12, or the headquarters just before round 12, which is the French Grand Prix. A track we do quite like, actually. So let's just go to the driver's market here. Actually, no. We're going to do this. We're going to do all of this in the next video, because that'd be a nice way to start the video. But have a look at the driver's market. Obviously, we got 5.53 million there. His value is only 1.5. Do we stick with him for the whole season? But at the moment, his focus is down. So do we look at someone that's maybe a little bit cheaper? Well, not cheaper, but maybe the same price, maybe a little bit expensive, but someone that's got a little bit more focus is going to get us a little bit more or better results than being at the back of the grid for pretty much the entire race. So that is it for this video. We will tune in the next time where we look at our contract renewals and we pick up the French Grand Prix. Okay, unfortunately everybody, that is all we've got time for today. I hope you liked the video. Sorry if it was a little bit long, but if you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel or my content. If you do subscribe, thank you so much for helping me and supporting my channel. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos as they drop on live. So yeah, that was our F1 round 11, I believe that was. My team career mode there. A brilliant weekend for us in Austria. Very positive. Obviously we picked up that penalty, which was unfortunate. We pretty much managed to get through the field and be where we should have been anyway, even with the penalty. So a positive for us. We've gained some points on our championship contenders as well, so we're going to be about mid-park for the championship, which is obviously good. And we look at our contract renewals in the next video, so for the continued sort of growth and continued growth of our team, we head to the French Grand Prix in our next video. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. That is all we've got time for. I'll see you all in that next video.